Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we have got a real-life location fantasized. Yes, double fantasized actually, because we're making it out to be a fantastical location, that being Atlantis. But it's the sort of map that I completely approve of, where we take a real-life location, in this case the Rishat structure, or was it Rycat? Rishat structure, in basically the Eye of the Sahara, and then we flood it to make it look like it's got a coastline. Big fan, done it myself, done it very recently myself as well. You're gonna like today's map if you're into desert maps with a twist. That's right, I just came up with desert maps with a twist, and it does kind of work with today's map, doesn't it? Thanks for hitting that like button, by the way. Okay, today's map is Atlantis reclaimed by whitedrakkar. I think we could probably do with a better thumbnail than that one. I think it would one of those custom thumbnails that I've given a tutorial for just recently. Do check it out. There's your start square, just a little bit of water in the start square. You're going to struggle unless you're using custom assets and all the new stuff, of course. There's your terrain heights. It's swirly. It's a swirly block. That's the one. We have a little bit of resources here and there. Again, very usable for the sort of map that we are looking at. And then if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it looks like this. Okay, off to the workshop. What do you think we're going to need today? Well, the answer is no DLC is required. We'll be using the Canyons of the Ancients theme by, I do believe that was It's Okay. Lovely work from It's Okay. Then we have some Lodgepole Pines, some Shore Pines, the Tree Lod Fix, Harmony, apparently. We'll be using the realistic 1.2 LUT as well. Not sure why we're using Harmony. I mean, I might be missing something. It's one of those mod dependencies, but I don't see any reason for it off the top of my head. Everybody else is going to be shouting at the screen now going, obviously Bonbon, you are missing, and I am missing something. But I don't know that it's absolutely required. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Subscribe to it anyway. It's not going to hurt. Many another mod is using Harmony now. Okay, so highway. So we start off by coming across the big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge. And we'll just follow the well laid out highways. They're not... exciting isn't the word. They're not exciting, but they're not meant to be. They're meant to take traffic from one place to another. But they could have been a lot less interesting than what we have. Basically what I'm saying is they're good. They're good, if not mind-blowingly game-changing. We have a little bit of detailing area down here. So change of trees, little orchard or something going on there. A couple of piers as well, so it appears. These little abandoned shacks, they're slightly elevated. The problem is it's not perfectly flat land, and also these are not clipping into the land exactly either. So next level detailing we haven't got, but it's nice to see a nod to detailing, because it's not bad detailing, it's just not exceptional detailing. Following down the highways, and this is good work again. You can see how it's just nice and smooth and totally believable. And then we get the twist of the fantasy map coming in here. First of all, the start square intersection, which is a wishbone, and do you know what? This works quite neat. This has been worked into the terrain a little bit. Got a little bit of terrain glitching between the two highway ramps there, and we got an essential lighthouse because shipping. I'm sure at some point this whole area was flooded, and that's why it lives there. Yeah, I'm not entirely sold on the lore, because you look at this map and you go, well, hang on, how would the water have been in here? Where would it have come in from? Where would it have gone to? Why would you have needed a lighthouse at that location? And many other questions as well. You can make up any story you like. I mean, the Rishat structure is a natural phenomenon. It's just erosion, I do believe, from the winds and stuff. I could be wrong on that one. I did read up on it many moons back, and that's vaguely what I remember about it being the case, the erosion from the wind. You might imagine that the whole place has been hit by a meteorite. and that at some point, the crater was actually a slightly different shape, and this has been created by some sort of big impact. I don't know. Make up your own stories. No, we have another big old bridge. Everybody loves a second big old bridge. That's slightly more impressive than the first big old bridge. And then we have a swooping interchange over here to allow the two highway accesses on this side, not accesses on this side of the map to merge in together. And we've got rail over here somewhere as well. So yes, two connections on this side of the map, one connection on the other side of the map, and a rail connection as well, which is absolutely fine. Again, nothing barnstormingly exciting. Is it truly realistic? Do you know what? It's not far off of it. I could deal with it, and given this is a fantasy map, I don't think it really matters a huge amount. It's within the bounds of believability, and we've got little areas like this, which is like smoothed out very nicely indeed. Right, okay, we are just about the end of our network crawl. We'll come back for the shipping straight after this very important message.
Don't be shy, 'cause I think you're beautiful, and I won't let you forget it. Don't be late, but I'll wait, and life won't bring you down too far, 'cause I just won't let it.
And so back to the shipping routes at Atlantis, reclaimed by whitedrakkar, and we have shipping triangles all the way around the outside of this swirly island. We have one there, we have the air routes, lovely, another shipping triangle there, and there's another shipping triangle around here somewhere. There's one right there. In fact, that one takes us into this little harbour area, and then another shipping triangle there, and then the big old bridge. We might have a little bit of shipping clipping on this pillar here with the ships crunching through it, but other than that, it's not too bad at all. Then we have another shipping triangle right there, and oh, actually this crosses over and swoops around that way and then reconnects back over this way. It does all come together quite well, I'm going to say that. No problem with that last bridge and the final shipping triangle. Water flow in the start square. We have got this very light river. It is very light indeed. If you can survive the start and buy down into this tile, you'll get this chunk of lake over here, which will save your bacon. Of course, other assets are available. So especially if you've got Sunset Harbour, you've got all the new lovely stuff that came with that. What we got, a swirly island is what it is. I like the shape of it. I think the Canyons of the Ancient theme works really well with it. And we've got little areas like over here. Again, we've got a detail area. It looks like a little orchard or something. And because the flat base plate of the asset just clips out the environment a little bit. So it's the only thing that draws me away from that. Now this is the harbour area, so 3 piers there is not completely unbelievable, so I will accept that one. And then if we head around here, good tree work again. I'm really quite impressed by the tree work on today's map. Just the right amount of foliage here and there. Not sure why you would settle at that location, a million miles away from water, but somebody did. And then up here, you've got the spawn point up here as well, which is... it's very light, isn't it? Very light. I like the double work done to block up the Troll's Cave there, because I'm not a big fan of the Troll's Cave. Yeah, it occasionally gets used very well. Oh, and the pier that's a million miles from the sea, a bit like the Essential Lighthouse is a million miles. Looks like about on the same level as well. So that could be interesting to play about with the water level and see what happens, but you will actually be flooding all of your highways by doing so. So, yeah, there's your start square. Start square looks quite workable. Let's have a look at the terrain heights here with the undulation. Just a gentle slope going on up there. It's not a perfectly flat structure, but I don't think you're expecting it to be, given that it is a natural geological formation. Now, somewhere down here, though, we do have an asset of the day. Somewhere down here. What do you expect to find in the desert? The answer is one of these. It's, of course, the Monolith by Lead GT3. Yes, there's been a few of these dotted around, not too far from where I live is one of them. Of course, the original's in the Utah desert. But yes, there's one on an island just a shortish drive from where I reside on the south of England. And this is the current fad, isn't it? What else are you going to do on lockdown? Make a monolith. Factoids, because factoids. Why not? In the Andes, it says here, time is often. No, probably, I would say sometimes. But anyway, in the Andes, time is often measured by how long it takes to smoke a cigarette. I'll be back after 2 cigs. Oh, yeah. No, I imagine that at some point, indigenous peoples might have measured time by cigarettes, but I don't think it's that much of a reliable. How long did it take you to run the marathon? No, 82 cigarettes, mate. Monolith by Lee GT3. That's it for the day. Good to see. Really good to see. Great imagination from the community as always. As is this map. But what do you think of it? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. Use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right corner of your screen. It'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. As I try and find a decent screenshot. About there, I think. Maybe. Okay, what do I think of today's map? Aesthetically, I really like this idea. I think it's always a fun concept. I think they've got the water level just about right as well in doing so. Really interesting concept, really interesting design. Hasn't gone to the next level, but I think it just about nudges into 4 stars category. Only just. If it wasn't such an interesting design, it would be a 3-star map, but I think we're looking at 4 stars just. Detailing, not too much to talk about. Most of it is pretty much okay. There's some good standards with the highways and stuff. Not anything to the next level. So I'm going to go for 3 stars, medium high 3 stars. Gameplay potential. For this one, I don't think we can quite push into 4 stars. But I think we can go for a very high 3. It is playable. But I don't think it's one that's going to really draw you in, and certainly isn't really a multiplayer map. Atlantis reclaimed by whitedrakkar. I'm really glad that whitedrakkar has done this. Saves me doing it. It saves me doing it. I've done a few of these where I've taken parts of the world and then just basically messed around with the sea levels, and sometimes it works. And I think on today's map it certainly does. So there we go. Right, okay, 1 full week to go and about half a week to follow, and then we'll have an end of year, shall we? Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. If you're still here, you're part of the 20 now elite. Use the word of the day into the comments, score yourself some population points just for fun. Keep your own scores, and I'll be back very soon with some more stuff.